Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to plant a pollinator lawn, also known as a bee lawn. And we're going to do this two different ways. First, we're going to show you how to plant pollinator lawn seed over an existing lawn. This is called overseeding. Then we're going to show you how to plant a pollinator lawn from scratch in an area where the existing ground cover has been removed and we're down to the bare soil. We're also going to show you how to do a bit of erosion control and stormwater management to help make your project more successful. First, let's talk about what a pollinator lawn is. A pollinator lawn, or a bee lawn, is basically a mix of turf grass with a variety of low-growing, flowering perennial plants. Pollinator lawns are designed to provide food for bees and other pollinators, especially early in the spring when there are relatively few food sources available. Pollinator lawns are also designed to be low maintenance. They don't require any chemical fertilizers or pesticides and typically only need to be mowed a few times a year. Today, we're going to be planting a seed mix that came from a local native plant grower. It contains a mix of fine fescues, Dutch white clover, creeping thyme, and self-heal. Now, if you're thinking about converting your yard to a pollinator lawn, you might start by paying attention to what's in your yard already. Today, we're standing in a very weedy kind of urban yard that's dominated by creeping Charlie, dandelions, and a variety of broadleaf weeds. Now, these are not usually considered desirable plants, but when they're flowering, plants like creeping Charlie and dandelions do actually provide food for pollinators. It's not necessarily the highest quality pollinator habitat, but it is better than nothing, and right now our pollinators need all the help they can get. So if you can stand a few flowering weeds in your yard, and your neighbors don't mind, and you're not violating any city ordinances, one option is to simply let things be. In this case, what we're going to do is take this weedy yard with its low-quality pollinator habitat and try to enhance and diversify it with some higher quality pollinator habitat. To prepare your existing lawn for overseeding, first, mow your lawn a bit lower than usual and bag the clippings or debris. Then check for any bare spots or patches of dead grass. You'll want to rough up these areas and remove any of the dead plant material. What we're trying to do here is make sure that the seed makes contact with the soil, so try to remove anything that would get in the way. As an option, you can also spread a layer of compost into your seeding areas to help improve your odds of a successful planting. So now we're ready to overseed. There are two ways to do this, either by hand or with a spreader like this that helps you broadcast the seed more evenly. Either works, but in general, try to aim for about 1/4 of an inch between the seeds or follow the directions that came with the seed packet. If you put it down too thick, the seeds will outcompete each other and growth could be limited. After I'm finished putting my seed down, I'm going to gently rake it a bit just to spread it out and mix it with the soil. And don't forget to water your lawn after you're finished. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to plant your pollinator lawn seed on bare soil. And to make things a little more interesting, we've got a couple of challenges here. First, we're going to be doing this on a slope, which means we're going to need to do some erosion control so that the first rain doesn't send all of our soil and seed cascading into the neighbor's driveway here. For that, we've got some burlap erosion blankets. Second, we've got a gutter downspout pointed right at our planting area. So we're going to have to find a way to manage the stormwater runoff coming from our roof, ideally without having a bunch of sediment and other pollutants washing into the alley and into the storm sewers. So let's deal with this downspout first. Unfortunately, there are not a lot of good options here. We're right up against the property line with the neighbor's driveway right next to the downspout. We don't really have space for a rain garden or another stormwater best management practice that could capture and clean that runoff. However, what we can do is create a path for the stormwater to flow into an area where it's not going to cause any problems. And the way that we're going to do that is by using a downspout extension to direct the stormwater into a rock swale. The rock swale will help dissipate the energy from the stormwater runoff, which will help prevent erosion, and then it will hopefully also encourage some of the water to soak into the ground. So now let's do a little site prep. To prepare this bare area for the bee lawn seed mix, we're going to loosen the existing soil and break up any clumps that might exist. We're also going to add a mixture of topsoil and compost to improve the existing soil here, which has a lot of clay content and isn't necessarily the best quality. To spread the seed, once again, I can either do it by hand or use the spreader. I'm going to use the spreader again in this case to make my life a little easier and get a more uniform distribution over the area. Then, once again, I'll use a rake to help the seed make contact with the soil. This helps to ensure seed germination or the ability of the seeds to grow. Now, to prevent the seed from blowing or washing away, we're going to cover it. There are many kinds of erosion control fabric available for this purpose. A lot of them are made of plastic. We're going to use a burlap cover, which is nice because it's made of natural fibers and it's biodegradable. It will hold the soil in place while the pollinator lawn begins to grow, and then it will simply break down over time. That's it. That's the short version of how to plant a pollinator lawn. For more detailed information, check the links in the description or visit our website at mwmo.org. And as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.